one of the action figure lines that I have been wanting to get into for a long time now, or for a while at least, has been the Storm Collectibles Baki line. Now I wish I had the actual figures, but they're pretty expensive. Right now Baki goes between 130 at the cheapest, all the way up to near $300. Same thing for Yujiro. He goes between 130 all the way up to near $200 or even $300 at the max. However, we do have a alternative, fortunately. So welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are going to be looking at some very specific type of figures, and they are the knockoff versions of the Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hanma and Baki. So I actually got these two off of AliExpress, which first off I'm going to say, if you're somebody who wants bootlegs and you want to buy them somewhere, buy them off of AliExpress. Don't be an idiot and spend 60 bucks or even $80 on these right here. Go to AliExpress. You're gonna find them for about 12 bucks at the lowest to about at least $30 at the highest. This one was about $12 I spent, and this one was about 22, 25, but this was the cheapest one I was able to find. So one thing immediately that you're going to notice if you're somebody who does own the original Storm Collectible figures is that the boxes have a massive glare to them. I have owned one Storm Collectibles before. I've owned the Jushin Liger from Ringside Collectibles, and that figure did not have this fucking glare all over the box. I know most boxes of these usually have like a matte paper thing to it, like cardboard a little bit, but this is almost like a, I won't say plastic, but like some form of like clear plastic or some shit. And by the way, to the person who shipped this out, this one in particular, fuck you, dude, because I specifically requested for the figure to be in the box. The box was folded up like how you would break down a box, and then the clamshell. So yeah, I already opened these already, so but no big deal. But anyway, so this is Baki's box. The logo here is of the 2018 series right here, the 2018 series, or the second season of that, which would be the Raitai tournament arc. But yeah, you have the 17 up, and you know, like I said, if you didn't think this was a bootleg, you would think it was the real deal. Like here's the side kind of like beat the shit. So you have one picture of Baki. It's actually the picture right here, and then you have a second one right here. And on this side, this is how you're able to tell this is a bootleg, is because of the glare right here, and also because it looks very printed. But yeah, you have the promo pics. The camera, the flash isn't really that good, but yeah, you can see the promo pics right here, and it looks pretty all right for the most part. Just trying to that right there. As far as Yujiro's, same thing here. This time though, he, instead of the 2018 logo or the Raitai tournament logo, it is the Son of Ogre logo. And normally as well, this figure does not have the pants on him on the packaging. You actually will have the stuff outside of it. But yeah, on this side, you have a picture of Yujiro on this side, and you have pretty much the same picture on the back. And then same thing on the back side right here, a little bit more of a glare, but this one, the box is a lot better in terms of how not as bad as the glare is, but yeah. And then for some reason, my box on this side at least is open from this part. If you try opening from the bottom instead of the top right here, most boxes have this part right here. Have this part right here be on this side, not on this side. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open these up, and then I will go ahead and get to the figures. Alright, so I now have the figures out of their packages right here, and like I said, the Yujiro out the box will not have the pants. It'll just be like butt naked pretty much. There's his ass right there. Yeah, for how much you spend, these are I just gotta say real quick that bootlegs have come a long way. If you're somebody that was like born in the 2000s, you remember the days of like those like dollar store bootleg figures. Oh my god, these well surpass these right here. I'm actually gonna start with Baki real quick because that's where I'm actually gonna touch on the major stuff for it. Um, so like I said, I've never owned the original one, but I do know about the many about how it looks for the most part, and yeah, the skin is not this bright right here, and the scarring too is not as bright. It's actually more like a kind of like flesh tone for the scars and everything, but yeah, and then also here this head the eyes are a little a little wonky, but they're not as bad as Yujiro's base head. That one is boy, I'll get to that. The fabric for this figure is actually really nice, really soft. Uh, I don't know exactly what type of fabric this is, but it does feel really nice. And pretty much the figure, as far as the detail goes, is very good in terms of the sculpt work and everything. Like I said, bootlegs have come a very long way. Now I know too. I believe when they first started having bootlegs of these right here, I know the paintwork was not as great. It was actually like a lot sloppier, but these are gone a lot better here. And to anyone who's weirdly curious, Baki does have a butt. I know a lot of the early ones I believe didn't have this, but mine did, fortunately. So yes, he does have the butt. And you can remove this, fortunately for the sick perverts out there. Now, Yujiro is probably my favorite of the two, and firstly, I'll say that if you want the figure to move a lot better, you're gonna have to cut into the plastic a little bit. Like, let's take this off. So, to get this to move a lot better, I did have to cut a bit of the plastic for it to be able to move a lot better and all that. And same thing for the, not yet, but I will probably have to do it for the inside of the figure, but yeah, but the figure itself is there we go. But yeah, the paintwork itself is pretty good. Like I said, this head is probably even more wonky with the eyes than like my camera's not really showing it that well, but yeah, his eyes are like kind of like cross-eyed for some reason for this, but yeah, the uh, same thing with the cloth right here, or the whatever they use for the cloth. It does feel really nice, and I know that the actual Yujiro has buckles, I believe, for this right here. This is a Velcro that does go through, but it is decent Velcro. But if you want this to be a lot better, you're gonna have to probably like sew it yourself. Here's his demon back. Looks really nice. And God, I'm trying to amateur hour over here. Good lord. Okay, let me just. Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, there's his demon back, looking really nice right there. And the sculpting does go a little more in there, pretty much. This figure, I feel like if you're like a body guy, like if you do like lots of working out and all that, I feel like these figures, especially Yujiro, would be used as like how the ideal human body or the ideal physique should look for people. That's what I think, at least. I'm trying to fix this right here. So there we go. All right. All right. So now that we looked at these two right here, we're gonna look at the accessories. All right. So for the accessories for the figure for Baki, we're gonna start with Baki. So in the package, he does come with this head right here, the more like just classic, you know, stern Baki pretty much. And then he comes with two fisted hands. And the other heads he comes with this more like sneering head right here, more like, you know, like kind of more of a like cocky version of Baki, which I actually think came out a whole lot nicer. Right here, I think the paint looks a little better. Here's a more like kind of, you know, angry-ish Baki right here. And this one's probably the I wouldn't say the weakest, but it's termed the weirdest in terms of the paint. For some reason, the white paint for the teeth, just, man, I gotta get a new camera. Good lord, but it's not really coming out. It just makes his mouth look like he has no teeth whatsoever. And then as far as the hands go, now my main point that I'm really gonna be a little more critical towards the figure for is actually the hands. Now the hands themselves, sculpting is great. It's very fine. So he comes with the two fist hands, and he comes with these more like appropriate, like what the hell, these more appropriate Baki style posing hands. You could even like probably pose him trying to doing the thumb push-ups that he does in the series. You have two more like flat palm, I won't say flat palm, but like more like relaxed type hands. More like grappler heavy, uh, more like trying to choke someone out type hands, and then the more spread out hands, like more like for his like crazier poses that, or the crazier positions he'll get himself into a lot of the time. So the reason that I want to specifically note all these hands in particular, specifically for Baki. Firstly, when I get to Yujiro's, I will note that the hands are a more rubber material, but if you take off the pegs, so this one, so for the fist hand, if you know you can't really see it that well, but the peg is not as not as small. Now all these hands, pretty much the rest of them though, are pretty small. In fact, they're very, very tiny. Like here's the more like jazzed up palm hands. They're really tiny, and I think it's trying to see. I think it's these ones right here. Trying to figure out which one it is. This one right here. I actually had to like take off. I didn't do a good job of it. I did have to shave off a good bit of the plastic to be able to fit the hand onto the left side. But yeah, also because they're more harder, harder plastic and everything. And most Storm figures, they are more rubber type material. And as far as the head, you can remove the head, but it's the same. There is a so you can remove the head and be able to plop off the other ones. However, with these, same thing. You got to be really careful. They're like really like snug right there. Like you have to like really work with the. You have to like really work with the. You really have to work with the peg to make sure you don't end up almost breaking the figure pretty much. Yeah, so that's the more smiling one right there. I'll do the right there. So yeah, big warning to anybody who does buy these. If you do end up buying them, just be very careful with the, or is this normal? Oh, here it is. Just be very careful so you don't end up like almost breaking your Baki pretty much. So now that I showed off Bakis, let me go ahead and show off Yujiro's. Okay, so back. So like I said, like out of the packaging, so Yujiro has this head right here, and I noticed that this one, the paint seems to be a little more different compared to the rest of the body. Pretty much, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he also does come in outside of the packaging with two fists right here. And like I said, unlike the Baki one over there, the hands are actually a more pliable plastic, like normal Storm collectible figures. I think this is what led me to seeing some reviews from people saying that this may actually be that they've accidentally gotten a actual release Yujiro Hanma. Which, if that's the case, firstly, you're a lucky bastard for getting this for near 20 bucks. Um, but aside from that, he also does come with, like I said, he comes with his pants right here. It's a very good pliable, not pliable, very good fabric. I don't know exactly what it is, what type of fabric exactly, but you can put legs up like that, or you can leave them like that. These would be perfect for anyone who wants to do like custom, like Retsu or something. And it also comes with shoes right here, because this figure also comes with feet. There you go, to you feet perverts out there. But yeah, he does come with separate feet as well. And the joints on these, on all these on this one in particular, is really good for some reason. Like I said, so I'm guessing this is what made many people believe that they've gotten a legitimate one out of the packaging, or they got a legit one that was sold as a knockoff. But and if you want to know, the feet do plug in very nice, very nicely. The left one though, you will have to like finagle it a little bit to get it in there fully, but there you go. So if you want to pose them without the shoes or with shoes, yeah, you got the option to do that right there. And right before I actually get to proper size comparisons with the shoes, without the shoes, he's still a lot taller than Baki, pretty much. But go. There we go. And then he also comes with his shirt, which also is a very good cloth right here. And I'll actually go ahead and put this on the figure to show you exactly what it looks like. Alright, it took me way too damn long to put this on here, but yeah, you can put the shirt on there. You do have to finagle it a lot to be able to get this to look proper. Like I said, it took me too long to finally put it together, and it's still, the arms still haven't plugged in fully, but yeah, you can put this shirt on, and it's, like I said, very nice material. But I'm not gonna have him with the shirt. I'm gonna have him without it. And then he also comes with 2 flat palm hands, 2 more more widespread, wide open hands right here. Comes with 2 more flat palm hands right here. These are more like relaxed ones as well, so here you go. These ones here look more like the proper, like when he does like the demon pose, pretty much right there. He has 2 pointer fingers right here where he should try to acknowledge Roman Reigns, but nah, he doesn't need to acknowledge anybody. He's the strongest creature on earth. There. And then finally here, more like just more martial art style hands right here. So yeah, those are all the accessories. Oh no, wait, hold up. There's more. Sorry, I lied. Sorry about that. So aside from that head, he comes with this more angry one here. And I really like the sculpting for all the heads right here. I also like that each hair is completely different, where, like, example, like this one as well here. So it's more like a more excited, more angry one here. Like they look the same, but they actually have some subtle differences right there. This one is more of like a proper lion mane and everything. And this one right here is a more excited one when he's getting ready for, when he sees a good challenge right there. Got some really nice details right there. Not able to show up proper on here, but yeah. So those are all of his accessories right there. So let me go ahead and I'll show off some of the things with the articulation. All right, so firstly, this is what one of the heads looks like. I forgot to do that, and yeah, I like this head a lot more than the other ones. So this I'm gonna have him pretty much posed up. But like I said, one thing to note is his hands are more rubber type plastic right there, and so when you put the hands on him, they fit a lot snugger right here compared to Baki's. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, I'll note a few things that so with Yujiro, because he has like a crotch piece right here as well, the articulation can go, the legs can go actually very high right here, there, and then you can also do, ooh, well there you go. Oh boy, okay, so I think I accidentally popped the figure out of the thing, so give me a few seconds real quick. Okay, so sorry for that little but yeah, I was able to pop the joint back in, and actually I'm actually glad that I now show this, because if you saw, yeah, the figure was able to pose pretty well with the pants, but with this you can have it, I can kick up pretty high right here. Just be careful with this, because I'm already seeing some rips into the figure right here. Kick right there, and then if you just do this, you can have him do, the classic Baki pose, or the best you can with the classic Baki pose right here. There, pretty much. And the leg joints are really good. This figure, oh my god, professional YouTuber. This is like, I think this is like the 8th video I've made, but probably the 3rd one I'm gonna post overall. But yeah, figures, the joints are really good. They feel real nice. Gotta, okay, the toe hinge doesn't wanna. There you go. The toe hinge works really well with this figure here, and you just gotta keep moving it around pretty much to get the figure to move, to get the figure moving. Not only get the figure moving, but to get the joints to like fully begin working right here. So that is Yujiro, and as far as Baki goes, he is pretty much the same. His is a lot smoother though than his dad's right there. Like, there we go. His kick up is a little better, but it does kind of go a certain way there. And of course, to anyone who wants to know, the figure passes what I've always done this ever since I first found out about Baki. I call it the Baki pose, where if a figure can't kick like this, then it's not worth getting. And this one can very much not only do it, but exceed it right there. You can kick his feet up, and you can't really rotate the joint for this one, which is a shame. But yeah, so yeah, there we go. So I'm not gonna be doing a lot of size comparisons. I'm actually gonna do only 2 of them for this video. I already did one for Yujiro and Baki by themselves, but I'll show off the other 2 that I'll do a figure comparison for. Just give me a few moments. So I unfortunately don't own any other Storm Collectible figures, but I do own one other Baki figure, or figure, it's more a statue than anything else, but this right here is also a knockoff. I don't know why the fuck there's been, I don't know, but to be fair, there's not a lot of Baki merchandise out, especially when it comes to figures. The last few were from like the last 20 years ago and shit, but this is a bootleg of the Figuarts Zero Yujiro statue right here, and this was the only way I was able to get a Yujiro for so long, if I didn't want to spend almost 200 on the Planet Toys one. But now this can be kind of retired, because I have not only a much better Yujiro, but a posable Yujiro, and he stands around the height of the statue. His hair is a little bigger though, so yeah, I'll say roughly around the same height as the statue. And as far as Baki goes, so here is Baki next to another fighter in another fighter, the Jada Toys Ryu from the Palmart exclusive one. And yeah, he is a little too big for Jada Toy Street Fighter, but that's it for the video. Like I said, if you don't want to fork up $130 to near $200 for these figures right here, go and get the bootlegs. And like I said, especially get them off of AliExpress. You're gonna find them for way better prices than if you go on eBay and buy a bootleg for $60, $50. I think that's really dumb. You should not be spending that much money, but bootlegs have come a long way, and these are easily the best ones I've seen. There are some other good ones. I know there's CT Toys. I know they've been making some good ones of like Mafex figures. I know there's like some really good Revoltech ones. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys do enjoy it. I will hopefully get to do more figures soon. Like I said, there's a lot of figures that have been coming out. There's a lot of figures I've been wanting to do. For sure, hopefully when I get the chance, if I'm able to finally get them soon. Series 3 of the Jada Toys figures hopefully is next, but if not, I'll probably show off some other figures, and I'll probably do a collection video just to give more of an introduction to myself. But anyway, hope you guys have a good rest of your day.